We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello students, myself Twinkle Ankleshwarya from Bhagwan Mahavir College of Engineering and Technology. First of all, I would like to thank GTU for providing this online platform for our students in this period of lockdown. The topic of my lecture will be constraint satisfaction problem in AI, artificial intelligence. The contents of the lecture will be what is constraint satisfaction problem, introduction, steps involved in CSP, the algorithm of constraint satisfaction, one classic example of CSP, that is cryptarithmetic problem, what is it, and some numerical examples related to cryptarithmetic problem. Proceeding further, first I would like to ask that what is a constraint? Constraint, if we think about, is some limitation or restriction, and constraint satisfaction means satisfying that limitation or that restriction. So a CSP problem is any problem. It is to discover some problem state that satisfies a given set of constraints. A normal example which we can take is a design task. It can be viewed as a CSP problem in which designs must be created within a fixed time, cost and material. Another example which we can consider as a CSP may be n-queens problem, crosswords, Sudoku, map coloring problem, that all fall under the category of a constraint satisfaction problem. Small introduction where what might be the initial state and the goal state in a CS problem. The initial state contains all the constraints that are originally given in the problem description. What might be a goal state? Any state that has been constrained enough where enough must be defined for each problem. So, CS is a search procedure that operates in the space of constraint sets. What are the steps involved in a CSP problem? It is a 2-step process where first all the constraints discovered are propagated as far as possible throughout the system. Then, if still there is not a solution, then search begins. Search begin means a guess about something is made and added as a new constraint. So the first step is propagation and the second is guess or adding a new constraint and propagating the new constraint. The algorithm of constraint satisfaction problem goes as first we have to propagate whatever constraints are available, that is the constraints that are defined in the problem. First propagate the constraints that are available at the end in the problem. To do this, set open to the set of all objects that must have values assigned to them in a complete solution, and we have to do the steps until an inconsistency is detected or until open is empty. First, select an object OB from open, strengthen as much as possible in the set of constraint that applied to OB. If the set is different from the set that was assigned the last time OB was examined, or if it is the first time OB has been examined, then add to open all objects that share any constraint with OB. Remove OB from open. If the union of the constraint discovered above defines the solution, then quit and report that the solution is done. If at all this is not the case and the union of the constraint discovered above defines a contradiction, then return a failure. If neither of the above occurs, then we have to follow the rule of hypothesis. That means we have to frame a hypothesis, that is make some necessary guess at something and order make a necessary guess at something in order to proceed. To do this, loop until a solution is found. Loop the following step until a solution is found. Select an object whose value is not yet determined and select a way of strengthening the constraint on that object. Recursively invoke constraint satisfaction with the current set of constraint augmented by strengthening constraint just selected. So, in short, the algorithm tells us to propagate first the available constraint, strengthen it. If we found the solution, well and good. If not at all, then go with guessing something, and after guessing something, we can proceed further with the new constraint that we have just now added and try our best to find the solution. The classic example of a CSP problem is a cryptarithmetic problem. It is an arithmetic problem which is represented in letters. It is in the form of some arithmetic equation where digits are distinctly represented by some characters. Assign a decimal digit to each of the letters in such a way that the answer to the problem is correct. To understand the script arithmetic problem, we try to solve some of the example in which the initial state is no two letters have the same value, and the sum of digits must be as shown in the problem. What is the goal state? The goal state is a problem state in which all letters have been assigned a digit in such a way that all initial constraints are satisfied. The solution process proceeds in cycles. At each cycle, two significant things are done. First, constraints are propagated by using rules that corresponds to the properties of arithmetic, and second, a value is guessed for some letter whose value is not yet determined. That means first step goes with the constraint propagation, and second, if nothing is done, then a value is guessed for some letters. In the problem here, C1, C2, C3, C4, etc. will serve us as a carry. We'll see our first problem, that is, solve the following cryptarithmetic problem. Cross plus roads is equal to danger. Mind it, here we have to come up with a digit solution. Each letter is to be assigned a numeric digit, and the initial constraint is no two letters have the same value, and the sum of the digits must satisfy as shown in our given problem. We'll start our sum where cross plus roads. Examine this sum which is given. Here C1, C2, C3, C4 and C5 are our carry. Let us start with the last column. We can see here that C5 might be 1 as a digit cannot start with a 0. So that means we have found our first letter, that is D, is equal to 1. Moving further, we can see and we know the fact that the sum of two numbers or same numbers is even, that is S plus S is equal to R. So R is even, and the probable value which R can take is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. But what's here? We cannot take the value of R as 0. Since if R is 0, then S also turns to be 0, and our last column does not satisfy our equation. So we cannot assign R the value 0. We can't assign same digits, it's two different letters. So R and S both cannot be 0. If R is 2, then R is 2, then S becomes 4. But D is 1, so S cannot be 1. So this is also contradicting our given equation. So the probable value that R can take is 4, 6, 8. Let us select that R is 4. So S becomes 2. So our equation s plus s is equal to r is satisfied, and it will not generate any query, that is C1 is equal to 0. So we have found three values, that is d is equal to 1, d is equal to 1, r is equal to 4, and s is equal to 2. Now moving further, we examine the row C plus R plus C4, C plus R plus C plus R plus C4 is equal to A plus 10. Here A plus 10 is written as we are generating a query, that is C5 is equal to 1. So any number A can be, but it will have an addition plus 10. So moving here, we are seeing the fact that C plus R plus C4 should be greater than 9. Again, C plus 4 plus C4 should be greater than 9. That means that C can be any value that is greater than 5. If at all C4 is equal to 0, then the probable value which C can take is 5 should be greater than 5 and less than 9, that is 6, 7, 8 or 9. Let us assume that the value of C is 9. Let's proceed further. Now consider the equation S plus D plus C1 is equal to E. Here we know the value of S, we know the value of D. Putting in the equation, substituting, we get E value as 3 and C2 is equal to 0. Now consider the equation C plus R plus C4 is equal to A plus 10. From this we are getting the value of A as 3. But whoa, what's here? We already have E is equal to 3. That means a contradiction. Means something is wrong here. Here comes a contradiction. So what probable solution we can take? We can go back, that means we have to do backtracking, and we comes to know that we cannot take the value of R as 4. So the next probable value of R is 6. So moving further, we assume that R is 6. That means S becomes 3 and C1 is equal to 0. Now substituting in the equation C plus R plus C4 is equal to A plus 10, we get the value of A as 5, and putting or substituting the value of S, new value of S and D, we get E is equal to 4 and C2 is equal to 0. So we are with the value, new value of R as 6, S as 3, A as 5 and E as 4. Continuing in the same fashion, now examining the equation R plus O plus C3 is equal to N, since C4 is equal to 0. 6, we know the value of R plus O plus C3 is equal to N and is not generating any query. So it is less than equal to 9. It is not generating any carry. So the equation goes plus 6 plus O plus C3 is less than equal to 9. And that means the probable value which O can have is 0, 1, 2. O cannot have the value 0, 1 is already taken. So the value which is left for O is 2. That means O is 2. Again substituting in the equation R plus O plus C3 is equal to N, then we get the value of N as 9. But C is equal to 9 is already we have taken. So the next value which n can take is 8. In all the equation, you have to make out one thing, that the probable carry can take two values of 0 and 1, and you have to check out which values can be used, if it is 0 or 1, in satisfying the equation which is given in our problem. Moving further, we are substituting in our last equation, that is O plus A plus C2 is equal to G. Here we know the value of O, A, so we can get the value of G by simple substitution as 7. So we can make out with our final solution, where we have a unique value. We have a unique value for all the letters in the given problem, and can also verify the problem by doing the addition, in which the sum goes right. 3 plus 3 6, 3 plus 1 4, 5 plus 2 7, 6 plus 2 8, 9 plus 6 15, 5 here 1 carry, and here comes the answer. That means cross plus roads is equal to danger has been proved. Continuing in the same fashion, we can solve one more problem, that is Donald plus Gerald is equal to Robert. Moving fast, here you can start with the equation of D plus D is equal to T. That means sum of two numbers is even. Suppose we are assuming that D is equal to 5, T is equal to 0. So the carry C1 here is 1. 5 plus 5 is equal to 10, with a T0 and C1 is equal to 1. Equation, and considering the equation O plus E plus C4 is equal to O plus 10, since the one carry is generated, that is C5 is equal to 1. Assume here that there is the value of E is equal to 9, C4 is equal to 1, and C5 is equal to 1. Now, third, we are considering the equation L plus C1 is equal to R, that is 2L plus 1 is equal to R. That means if 2L is even, then R is odd. That means the probable value which R can take is 1, 3 or 7. Let us explore one more equation, that is A plus C2, A plus C2 is equal to E, that is 2A plus C2 is equal to 9, since 9 is odd, and A is equal to 4. So we have the value of A here as 4, and carry 2 is equal to 1. Let us consider again an equation, that is D plus G plus carry C5 is equal to R. Since this column is not generating any carry, so we can write here or substitute the value as 5 plus G plus 1 is equal to R. That is G plus 6 is equal to R. Now R we already know can take probable value of 1, 3 or 7. Suppose R takes the value of 7, then G can be given the value 1. Now substituting this value of R in the equation we already have, that is 2L plus 1 is equal to R plus 10, we get the value of L, that is equal to 8. Last equation here is N plus R plus C3 is equal to B plus 10. If C3 is equal to 0, then the values go as N plus 7 is equal to B plus 10. Now that means that if at all the values B can take is 2, 3, 6, but seeing the equation we come to the conclusion that B should be equal to 3, so N can be 6, that is 3 plus 3. 6. Continuing in the same fashion, we have almost found all the letters with a unique value, and that is T, G. The solution to the problem is T is equal to 0, G is equal to 1, and 602. That means you can make out here that each and every letter is assigned a unique digit, and to verify that we have never found the solution is right or not, we can do the addition shown here in the same problem, where 5 plus 5 is 10 with a carry 1, 8 plus 8 16, 17 plus 1, so 1 here, 7 here, 4 plus 4 8 plus 1 9, 6 plus 7 and 13 with a carry 0, 3 here, 1 9 plus 2 and 11 12 here, 2 here, carry 1 5 plus 1 6 plus 1 7. That means the solution found is correct. Students, you have to find or keep on guessing the probable value which we can assign to each letter, so that the given problem is satisfied and we are finding a unique digit for all the letters that are given in our problem. First we are trying to guess whatever constraint is available, seeing the sums which is given. After that, if at all we reach to termination, that is, if any contradiction is detected while we are moving further, then we can propagate with a new value and detect or backtrack our solution and come up with a new or different value and proceed with that new value which is already found. We have to keep on guessing the values which are present, but we have to maintain the constraint or the requirement that the addition or the arithmetic which is given in our problem should satisfy whatever values we are assigning to the letters. And we also have to take care that no two values should have the same, no two letters should have the same value. These are the sum of the problems which you can solve by yourself and see to it that you get the solution. Keep in mind the two things, that is, no two letters should have the same digit, and it should satisfy whatever the arithmetic problem defined in the problem which is given to us. Yes. Dear students, I would like to tell you that in GTU papers you can expect such questions of solving any cryptarithmetic problem, and it is a 7 marks question in which your presence of mind should be used and you will get to the solutions, and that is also in a quick time, and also you can verify whatever solution you have, whatever solution you reach. So I wish you all the best, and you remember the rule that powerful rules for propagating constraint in general. The more the powerful the rules for propagating constraint, the less need there is for guessing. All the best for your exam. Stay home, stay safe, happy learning. Thank you.